Thank you. Hello and welcome to the morning news. The federal government flagged off the Presidential Women's Health Transformative Initiative tagged Renew Her to safeguard maternal health. Vice President Kashim Shettima, who flagged off the initiative, notes that women's health is fundamental to Nigeria's development. State House correspondent Abdulrahman Jibrila has more.
Congratulations. We, of course, have officially launched.
This is an answer to one of the nation's most critical requests and a cornerstone of a healthier Nigeria, rating it as a national priority. The program, designed to be the national engine of collaboration among all stakeholders.
This is the wisdom behind.
Vice President Kashim Shettima said maternal health is the heartbeat of every family, the compass of social stability, and the index of national welfare.
Maternal mortality is a shame against which we must all rally. We owe every girl child not just the eloquent promise of a better tomorrow, but the certainty of a healthier one. Yet we cannot guarantee this in isolation. This future rests upon the collective commitment of whether as public institutions, private actors, ministries or development partners, to champion the cause of the Nigerian woman.
The Renew Her initiative will also introduce a presidential focal office on women's health, working closely with the Federal Ministry of Health, the Statewide Approach Coordination Office, the Ministry of Women Affairs, and the Governors' Spouses Forum to ensure women's health priorities are embedded in every part of the nation.
With the launch of Renew Her, however, we remain committed to expanding these efforts, scaling up mobile clinics, empowering more community health workers, and bringing essential services closer to our communities.
Renew Her is here to convene, to amplify, to facilitate, but most importantly, to collaborate.
The government also announced the creation of an AI-powered National Women's Health Digital Hub to deliver geo-targeted campaigns on maternal survival, adolescent health, preventive care, and workforce strengthening, as the hub will connect women and families with trusted health information while linking healthcare to entrepreneurship and national prosperity. From the State House, Abdulrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
The Sultan of Sokoto and Grand Patron of Miyetti Allah, Mahmoud Saad Abubakar III, is urging cattle breeders to enroll their children in school, emphasizing that formal education is essential for their development and general well-being. The Sultan is conversant that they prioritize the classroom over the open field for their children as future investment opportunities for the children. The report.
The issue of out-of-school children in Nigeria has been a source of concern to successive administrations, with almost every part of the country having its fair share. The pastoral communities and nomads are mostly affected, and that is why this meeting with leaders of cattle breeders from all states of the country is held. The Sultan of Sokoto, Minister of Livestock Development and Executive Secretary of National Nomadic Education, sought ways of addressing the situation through local dialects. Cattle roaming the city of Abuja was also discussed, as the meeting sought to address all issues.
The administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, remains committed to advancing inclusive education and settlement models that will uplift pastoralist communities.
They are all ready, to key into the all-inclusive education of this administration to get every child into functional education and learning. They are also ready to move to the grazing reserves of Abuja once, the issue of grazing reserve are also taken care of.
You can see the congregation we have borrowed. We want to make Abuja a model. We want to start practicing it here and see how it is going to work for us. Let's know what are the problem that is bringing them into the city, and how can we stop this.
It was unanimously agreed at the meeting that communities must adapt to new changes for it to develop.
The National Progressive Hub is providing a robust platform for chief executives and key players in the nation's democracy to assess the journey so far under the renewed hope in a town hall meeting tagged Pathway for a Sustainable Democracy and the Way Forward, a renewed hope agenda policies and administration. The platform opined that everyone must remain accountable and transparent in stimulating economic progress and changing socio-political narratives of the country.
INEC is good and transparent and fair. And if it gets a very good judgment in the court, then these judges are the greatest people on the earth. But when they lose, then the judges are terrible. So it means, you know, it is more or less is self-serving. And then we cannot talk a building institution for sustainable democracy in Nigeria when we ourselves, we don't have trust in them, we have no confidence in them.
I am implementing a project, a renewed hope solarization project of Mr. President that tends to give every state critical infrastructure like universities and also hospitals, clean energy, renewable energy from solar, 2 megawatts each on every university and also tertiary education and hospitals in this country.
Mr. President's vision is that sports should be a key driver of the economy, which means should be at least 3% of the GDP. We should be putting at least 3 million people into jobs, both direct, indirect, and induced jobs in sports, if we get it right.
Democracy is not just about voting every 4 years. It is about building a culture where every Nigerian feels empowered to contribute to decision-making process. It is about creating space where citizens hold their leaders accountable and where the voice of marginalized are heard.
Buki Okangbe said the desire of the hub is to contribute meaningfully towards a nation building and administration that is open to the people. The Defense and Police Officers' Wives Association, DPOA, has charged soldiers' wives to strike a balance between parenting, entrepreneurship and personal well-being to strengthen their families and communities. President of DPOA, Okogo Musa, gave the charge at a personal development training for members of the Defense Non-Commissioned Officers' Wives Association in Abuja. The training, with the theme Balancing Intentional Parenting, Entrepreneurship and Personal Well-Being, reflected the daily realities of women who juggle responsibilities as wives, mothers and entrepreneurs.
We saw the need that there is a gap in parenting and also in entrepreneurial aspects. We saw that some women just felt that it's okay for them not to do anything, and we had to put up this program so that they can come and learn firsthand. And as you can see, you see that they are very happy because this opportunity was given to them.
In fact, I feel great. You can see my women, they are very happy. After these lectures, like those, as you can hear, some of them said they've not started business. But after this, they will start business. And to those that have existing business.
The program is also aimed at enhancing a formidable home front that will serve as a morale booster for troops in different operations. Now, accelerating disability inclusion and aligning Nigeria's Disability Act with the United Nations Convention of the Rights of Persons with Disability, CRPD, will promote inclusive practices, equal opportunities and sustainable development. These are some of the key resolutions at a stakeholders roundtable captured by Juliana Nicholas, and the report is here presented.
To align
a significant move to deepen disability inclusion and strengthen Nigeria's commitment to global practices aimed at accelerating the implementation of the National Disability Act was the highlight of this meeting in Abuja. While narrating some challenges faced by persons with disabilities, the meeting also emphasized the need for proper alignment of the Disability Act's implementation and a call for urgent action to secure provisions on accessibility, budgetary allocations and inclusive practices embedded in all programs, thus bridging the gap from paper to practice.
So the UNDIS was developed to strengthen disability inclusion across all pillars of the UN work. And this strategy serves as a system-wide policy and accountability framework for the UN, so we evaluate ourselves.
The Commission is set to roll out the mandatory certificates of compliance, which will streamline compliance. The guidelines in this novel procedure is awaiting gazetting.
Let us empower organization of persons with disability and local champion that leads the way. Inclusion must be driven by those it most affect.
If there is no peace in the house, there is no way we can achieve a proper implementation in line with the United Nations Disability Inclusive Strategy and UNCRD. Getting UN involved in coordinating, bringing government officials, civil society organization persons with disability, we have a lot of reports. Speeding the implementation requires a kind of multifaceted approach. Everybody has to come on board. Community of persons with disability, they have to take the lead.
Participants' expectations from the high-level deliberations include mutual commitment and strategic collaboration, hoping that governments at all levels will take actionable steps to accelerate the achievement and inclusive and sustainable development goals in Nigeria.
And that's it on the news. Weekend Deal continues with Thelma and Patience after this break. Do have a beautiful morning.